Welcome to the Cardboard Crash Course. Let's learn how to play the Doomlings Legends of Enderas Expansion. In order to learn these expansion rules and apply them to your game, this video assumes that you already know how to play the base game of Doomlings, which you can learn in a card on the top right-hand corner of the screen, before coming back here. Now that we've got that under our belt, let's learn the differences between the base game and this expansion content. Treasures are the first card type added to Doomlings because of this expansion. During the initial setup of the game, shuffle the 26 treasures face down and place them next to the Age deck. Deal 1 treasure to each player. From that point forward throughout the game, every time an Age card is revealed, also draw a treasure into your hand if you had less than 2. Treasures are not considered part of your hand when game effects check your hand size or for stabilization. Treasures have a name, a couple paragraphs of flavor text, and 2 different abilities to go along with them. You can play any number of treasures on your turn that go to a discard pile after they're played, but you can only use one of the abilities at a time, so choose wisely. There are 5 different effect types on treasures. The first one is the Rush type, which happens before the start of your turn. These are immediate effects with no further use. Mutate cards trigger at the start of your turn, and allow you to choose one trait from your trait pile and mutate it by placing it on the bottom of your trait deck. After you do that, you can then play one trait of the specified color on the bottom of the mutate ability to replace it. Echo abilities trigger during your turn. After playing a trait with the specified color, you may echo it by playing another trait of the same color. The Adapt ability also triggers on your turn and allows you to play a trait with the action icon and completely ignore the action. Then adapt it by instead triggering the action of any card on the board under your control or anyone's control. Cloak abilities is the final one, and at any time you can play this in response to a specified non-dominant effect. Here on Reflecting Glass, it says it prevents an action. You cloak yourself by preventing that entirely, so this Painted Shell action would not trigger if you choose not to. Treasures do not follow you to the end of the world or give you any points for the end of the game, so there's no reason not to use them as quick as you can. Doomlings are the next card type that are added from this expansion. They have this symbol on the top right corner, and largely have to do with rummaging through the discard pile. They also usually have very high point totals. However, because of their high point totals, they usually have abilities that are very fragile and come with a high risk of extinction. The Doomlings bring with them the Carbon Boom, Age of the First Ferns, and Anoxic Event catastrophes. Next up are the Mythlings, and have this icon on the top right corner. These usually have very low point totals, but have very powerful and mischievous effects. You'll also be looking for this icon on the bottom middle of the card, which has to do with discard effects that you should pay attention to. The Mythlings bring with them the Open Portals, Age of the Last Dragons, and Discovery of Magic Age cards. The Techlings are the next type of trait added in the expansion with this symbol on the top right corner. They use the new attachment mechanic. When you play a card that attaches, it bonds itself with another trait. If either part is discarded, you discard both of them. They usually modify the original host trait in some way. So in this case, it would be a corroded Painted Shell. The Techlings bring with them the Age of Stability, Industrial Revolution, and Planned Obsolescence ages to the game. Finally, we have the Fuselings, which are combinations of Doomlings, Mythlings, and Techlings, and have effects that make sense depending on the combination. These are definitely the most complex traits in the game so far. The Fuselings bring with them the Thousand-Year Slumber, Return of the Ancients, and Titan's Call Age cards to the game. If you want to pick up a copy of any of the Doomlings base game or expansions, then go ahead to Doomlings.com and use the code CardboardCrashCourse at checkout to get 15% off your entire order. Thank you for watching this video, and thank you to Doomlings for sending these copies. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time on the Cardboard Crash Course.